Drop a like within 5 seconds or you will lose power while trying to watch the event this Tuesday. At the time of me recording this video, there are less than 4 days remaining until we find ourselves smack dab in the middle of the Galactus event. After a brief transition period, Galactus has begun to resurface up in the water if you check the western area of the map where he was originally in the sky. Since there are roughly 4 days left in this event countdown sequence, I'm assuming over the next 4 days we will see more and more of him rise out of the water, so this is definitely something to keep an eye on, and I will keep you guys updated daily as we progress further. As you guys know, Galactus is coming and the event is on December 1st. We know that he is after the 0 point, he is hungry for the 0 points, and we know that Donald Mustard himself is pretty hyped about this event, mostly because he's on the team that's been putting this whole thing together the past year plus. And to be this close to seeing it finally happen has got to be something incredible as a developer to feel. After all those grinds, all the hard work, truly amazing. So let me quickly start by talking about this. It says, based on everything we know, it seems like the Season 4 event will bring us through time, giving us a glimpse of all other major events from Fortnite's past. This is from Fortnite Intel, and there are actually a number of different things in-game to back this up, and it makes sense. We've already had various different leaks about this being very similar to the Black Hole event. Who knows how that's gonna go down, but also Donald Mustard recently changed his Twitter banner to be this, which says "Rip Tilted." He also had his Twitter location changed as well, but as of the morning that I'm recording this video on November 27th, he has since removed that. It goes without saying that much of what Donald Mustard even changes his Twitter information to be is relevant for what could come in the future. Donald Mustard is a known Twitter troll, but he's also known for throwing quite the leak here and there, and throwing quite the hint here and there to guide you on what to think for what's upcoming here in the game as far as any event or storyline thing like that might go. So yes, the fact that he had "Rip Tilted" as his banner is very, very interesting. If we are to go back through every single event in history inside of the event that's coming up next, like people are speculating on, that means we would go so far back, even as far back as the explosion of Tilted Towers by the volcano. We would see it with Singularity, of course, too, in the Season 9 event. Several different places also you could find it. Moving on, reportedly this event is 10 times as large as the End event, which of course was the Black Hole event, in terms of file size, and is the first event listed in gigabytes rather than megabytes. Again, this makes a lot of sense if it will include elements from a lot of the previous events. We just have more and more information and concrete evidence that this event is going to be the biggest one yet in terms of length, in terms of file size, in terms of fast-paced action, in terms of everything. I think this one genuinely might be the best event we're ever going to have in Fortnite, which I'm very much looking forward to. Next up, it says several data miners, especially Mango, have mentioned that assets from previous events were added back to the game files in the version 14.6 update. So far, we've seen files that relate to the End event, the Butterfly event, the Monster vs. the Mech, aka the Final Showdown event, and now it looks like we've got the Rip Tilted reference, with likely more to come over the next couple of days. But what do they mean? The numbers, Mason, what do they mean? This list also continues to just get larger and larger. By this point, I would imagine us to have some sort of reference or visit in some way with a majority of the events we have had in the past That's the way this thing seems to be going, and I'm trying to piece together quickly before this thing actually happens why things might be unfolding the way they are, storyline-wise. As you can see, according to this leak, an effect used for the monster's yellow energy beam was added back into the files with version 14.6, and yes, there's very clear references to the caddis and the doggus, and everything else like that, and specifically the yellow energy beam. So that's definitely very interesting, and it looks like we're going to get a majority of most events referenced in one way or another during this event, which personally I'm very intrigued to see how they will reference everything in the past. My initial thought is they're going to reference all of these past actions with flashbacks, right? That's probably the easiest way to go about it, and that's exactly what they did in the last event we had, the device. All of those different flashbacks of us in Agent Jonesy's office, the same strategy used to make those during the last event could be used to reference all of the different events this time around. As for the actual event this time, as for now, it looks like it's going to involve us collaboratively working together to, in some way, shape, or form, drive or manipulate the battle bus in a certain way to either escape or defeat Galactus, but either way, the end result would be a victory, I guess you could say, for us in this Nexus war. Now, I know that's a mouthful, but just bear with me. I don't think you guys quite realize the craziness that is about to befall upon this game when this timer hits 0 at this event, guys, because let's be honest, okay? Fortnite has definitely died down a little bit in popularity over the years. Over a year ago, when they did the Black Hole event, they generated a level of popularity for 3 to 5 days that was unlike anything they'd ever done in their history. So if this is indeed gonna be basically a version 2 of that same event, they can expect very similar proceedings, I'm willing to bet. The servers are apparently going directly into downtime after the event is over, so obviously people will use all the downtime to try and figure out what the heck happened to the game. Remember, this is going to be the biggest and most important event in the history of this game, and it will change the history of the game going forward, according to Donald Mustard, so I'm very intrigued to see in what ways or what way it actually goes about changing the course of the game forever. If you have any theories, of course, be sure to leave them in the comments below for a chance to be featured in my next video. Quick reminder, if you want to win some free Fortnite V-Bucks, skins, emotes, whatever, it doesn't matter, you should come by my live stream. We give away a ton of that every single day. And with that said, I'll catch you in the next video. Until then, peace!